6:50 is the time this Friday in our Smart Start. We get right to breaking updates in Greece and this wild ending to a police standoff this morning where they had shut down the area around Dewey Avenue.
Yeah, a suspect taken down at that scene just a few moments ago south of Stone Road, which is where we find Iran Spitzer live as things just start getting back to normal. But Iran, what did you see there?
Yeah, so what we saw here, again, like you guys said, that takedown happening just a few minutes ago, that suspect running off, and we do have video of it all. As you can see, that suspect running to the left side where there are officers. We then heard a pop sound, that suspect then getting down to their knees before then turning around and running in the other direction. Now, there are officers there as well who then ran toward him, got him on the ground, patted him down before then taking him into custody. Now, there are ambulances currently on scene. There did appear to be an officer inside one of them, but we don't quite know if the suspect is in there as well. Now, again, earlier today, we did see that suspect in the building that you see here with the storefront, peeking his head out, yelling to officers. There was a back and forth there, around 2.5 hours of officers calling out for that suspect to come out. And this seems to be the conclusion for anybody commuting this morning. This road has now been open, so that shouldn't be an issue. For now reporting, Iran Spitzer, News 8.
Iran, thank you. All there this morning, just those images, incredible. Some more breaking updates. One man is injured. 2 suspects are in custody after a home invasion early this morning in Rochester. The first calls came in around 1:15 on Edgeland Street, originally for a man who might have been shot. Police later learned the 39-year-old was injured, not from gunfire, though. Officers say he was robbed at a home. RPD did surround a property nearby on Morton Street and eventually took 2 people into custody. We have more on all of these breaking investigations right now at rochesterfirst.com, and watch for updates midday News 8 at noon.
Well, in other headlines here, a man in Irondequoit faces charges after federal investigators claim that he'd pretended to be a doctor in order to distribute controlled substances like oxycodone and fentanyl to people that he knew.
According to court documents we went through obtained by News 8 in August 2023 and April this year, 27-year-old Kevin Whitman used a DEA number registered to Strong Memorial Hospital to fraudulently prescribe more than 38,000 dosage units of drugs to his significant other and at least 8 people he knew. Federal agents started investigating Whitman following reports to the DEA from multiple CVS pharmacies. That's when authorities say they learned Whitman did not have his own practice and was using the post office in Webster on Barrett Drive as his location. They say they then searched Whitman's home in Irondequoit, where they tell us they found a framed fake diploma attributed to the University of Rochester's medical school. Officials at the U of R say Whitman never graduated from there, adding he received no medical training, is not a licensed physician in New York State, and was never an employee at the university. If convicted, Whitman is facing a max penalty of up to 2 decades in prison and up to $1 million fine.
Residents living at the Danforth and Hudson Ridge Towers in Rochester, they're now told that they don't have to go anywhere. They're not going to be evicted, but this is after they were told something very different earlier this week. News 8 first reporting on this Wednesday when folks told us that they were living in the 2 complexes and were told suddenly they had to move out by today. And this was reportedly due to the state-run enriched housing program offered by Family Service Communities in Rochester that was supposed to shut down. The Rochester Housing Authority operates the 2 buildings and says that this is a state issue. They referred us to the Department of Health and Family Service Communities, that state organization, saying it had to end the program due to poor conditions inside. But then RHA says that it was Family Services that didn't pass along the rent money that would have covered these residents, prompting those evacuation notices. But they add the state should have made it clear to them that the seniors wouldn't be evicted.
Well, some have left, and we're trying to, work and communicate well or better so that we understand who's coming, who's going, and who can stay, because we want to focus on who can stay and be able to provide them the resources they need in order to stay in their unit.
Well, although some of those residents have already relocated, as we just heard, some of them can stay if they become part of the new housing program. And we have a number there at the bottom of your screen for you. Take a moment if you or a loved one may have been impacted by this situation and you want some legal help. This is the number for the Legal Assistance of Western New York, 585-325-2520. And this entire story available for you to recap at rochesterfirst.com. Very complicated situation.
5 minutes ago until 7. Not complicated on our roads right now around the metro. Volume is picking up on the getaway day for a lot of people, but not according to our What's Up Rock poll for Rochester not leaving just yet for Memorial Day trips.
Yeah, hang out inside in this kind of weather. It works.
Wet roads, but no heavy backups. And man, that camera has looked the same. Feels like for days there, James.
Dreary, shall we say.
Yeah, nothing you can do about it. The light rain, the drizzle, baseball fields continuing to run empty.
Yes.
For you past couple of days.
Sorry, Red Wings fans.
But we do look optimistic as you get later in the week. So today, yes, the rain showers. Tomorrow, we'll just go kind of scattered showers here and there, mid-50s there. But how about that? 60 on Sunday, just an isolated shower. Those look focused in the afternoon. And then by Monday, not bad. Clouds to sun, upper 60s there for Memorial Day. And then finally back to 70s. Tuesday looks good. Wednesday, scattered showers, but that is actually also trending southward. So next week does look dry.
We've almost made it. All right. Almost, James.
Close.
That does it for us. Have a great holiday weekend, everybody.
Yeah, have a great one. We'll be back in 30 minutes with your next local update.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, X, and on our app for news and weather.